Everyone's looking at the other. Oh. Wait, which tulips? There's a lot of tulips.
Yes.
I don't really care.
What a crowd. What a crowd. Boy. Wonderful. This way people never came to hear me speak.
This is Sandy.
Hey, how about you?
This is the lady that made the butterfly cookies.
Oh, they look so nice.
Thank you for doing
Are you looking forward to doing this today?
Yeah.
We're all looking forward to it. Good.
Okay.
All right, okay.
Is it this?
One, two. It's on.
Is there, I don't know if there's any more people. Is there any more people?
The microphone's on. Yep. Yep.
Welcome, everyone. I'll give you a chance to sit down. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Seeing you're part of it. Good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good picture up there of the Monarch.
Yeah.
That's a beauty.
A monarch on my hand while I'm wearing a pink shirt.
Do you notice I was wearing more? Yeah, you are.
I'm also wearing monarch earrings.
Oh, nice. That's okay. Welcome, everyone, and thank you all for coming today. Hello?
Everybody sing
Good morning.
hello.
There you go. Okay. So welcome, everyone, and thank you for coming out today and learning about the life cycle of the monarch butterfly and how to raise it from an egg to an adult. We hope you have fun today and enjoy. There'll be lots of opportunities to ask questions throughout the program at the end. Now, just a quick information for people that haven't been at our church. There's bathrooms down the side here.
And there's food to the right.
Oh, yes, there's food. Please, at any time, you can get up and get yourself something to eat. Now, before we start, I would like to thank Catherine, Sandy, and Janine for making these wonderful monarch butterfly cookies. And thank you, Katie, for decorating the chancel with a few of the butterflies. On a special note, I myself would like to thank my dear friends, Joyce and Wally Reed, for taking this journey with me. They have made over 60 enclosures and have had some pretty sore hands pushing the staples into the box. The cost of the materials for making the enclosures and the stained glass is our gift to the church, as well as all the sales of the enclosures in stained glass butterflies. That one there. Our next endeavor is a butterfly garden at our church.
And all of this wouldn't be possible without Marilyn, without the drive that Marilyn has behind all this, because she's the go-getter in doing this. So, applause for yeah. Thank you, Marilyn. A little bit of history. In 2018, Avery, this is Avery, she was looking after her neighbor's chrysalis that was in a little jar. And that was the day I got to go and spend a day with Avery while parents were all working. Lo and behold, this chrysalis turned into a butterfly. Now, we missed it.
Yeah,
because
we were decorating a laundry basket with ribbons.
Yes, yes. Anyway, so we missed the butterfly. And anyway, we were amazed by the whole thing, and we talked about it. Wouldn't it be fun to see this again or do it? And so you tell people, and lo and behold, Marilyn finds a butterfly lady in Hope Bay who raises monarch butterflies. And since then, everything is mushroomed. Just into the enclosures, into taking caterpillars to people to raise, and it's been an amazing journey. So now there are people raising butterflies, monarch butterflies from Trinity, Hope Bay, Grimsby, Oakville, and Font Hill, and wherever all of you are from, soon.
So now it gives me the greatest pleasure to introduce my friend, our team leader, Avery Reed, to begin our journey.
Hi. So as you see here, we have a dog with a monarch butterfly on its head. And you're probably wondering how we have a dog with a monarch butterfly on its head. This is a very well-behaved dog. So here we just have a little gallery of hatched monarch butterflies who are about to fly away. And we hope you enjoy all these nice pictures that we have.
As you can see, sometimes the monarch butterflies hang around and they'll sit on your hand for the longest time. Sometimes they take off, right?
Yeah. Sometimes they just go. Okay, so as you see here, we have some eggs, some larvae, and a growing caterpillar. Now, for the eggs, the larvae, the caterpillar, and all the monarchs, and the monarch in the stages, just like until they fly away, you must not touch them, or else the oil on your hand can spread a disease and it can actually kill the monarch. So you want to keep hands away and just observe the wonderful stages of the monarch butterfly. We have a few fun facts, and no, you can.
Okay, every monarch butterfly starts its life as a tiny egg glued by its mother to the leaf of a milkweed plant. Once the caterpillars hatch, they get right to work eating and growing. The mother monarch chooses a milkweed plant for her eggs because milkweed is the only thing a monarch caterpillar can eat. And as we have some here, and we have seeds for you to take home. Thank you, Marion, and thank you, Marilyn, to take home and plant.
So these tiny eggs are food for insects, and here are a few examples. Earwigs, stink bugs, ants, spiders. Now, rescue the eggs with the leaf and the stem. Put the milkweed plant that you have in a little jar, punch holes through the lid, and you can just put the milkweed stem in. This will keep the milkweed alive so that it doesn't shrivel and the monarchs can eat it for food.
Each enclosure you got should have a jar with it, with holes in the top. Thank you, Kimberly, for all the peanut butter jars, wherever you are. And Wally for punching holes. But you have to be very careful with the eggs.
You have to be very careful with the eggs.
And what do you have to do with the eggs?
Well, with the eggs, you just basically leave it, you leave it in a Tupperware, spray paper towel gently with a spray bottle so that the leaf stays moist and the egg can survive on the leaf. For the larva, you shouldn't touch it or move it at all for at least 5 days. And that would be minimum.
Right.
You would want to keep it basically in the same spot so you do not disturb the larva because otherwise it might fall off, get injured, and that could result in its death.
So only 1 egg in every 100 survive in the natural surroundings. So with your help and at home, if you keep them safe, we hope to increase that.
Hello. I found ya. Want to play a game of hide and seek again?
And you'll be amazed how quickly they grow.
And poo.
I think they poop more than they eat. It feels like it.
Well, they eat a lot, but then they might poo 2 times as much as they eat.
Yes. As you can see, your enclosure comes with a nice little brush. Marilyn will demonstrate how you clean out the poop.
Bye-bye, poo.
The other thing that you can do too is put paper towel down on the bottom and then you can just remove the paper towel. But if not, this brush, so you don't touch poop with your hands, you just scrape it out. It's important to keep it clean. You don't want it to, pile on.
Yeah, nobody wants a pile up of poo. Gross.
The monarch caterpillars eat roughly 200 times their body weight in milkweed plants. I mean, that's a lot of chewing. And what goes in must come out. Enclosures need to be cleaned regularly, and that is important.
Sometimes you might have to pick 2 milkweed plants a day.
Yes, that's a lot of milkweed, and you might have to fill it how many times a day?
Maybe like 2 to 3 times a day.
Which is why we're giving you these seeds. It saves you having to hunt too far for them. Okay, explain.
Now, so we have a few of the stages leading up to the chrysalis. So once your monarch caterpillar has grown enough, it will climb up to the top of your enclosure and go into a little J hang. It'll be kind of like a half U. And it'll stay there for maybe like a day. And then the next day it'll start shedding its skin and growing a new layer of skin. But this layer of skin is actually the start of the chrysalis. So it'll get bigger and bigger, as you can see on the screen. And eventually it'll be that fat little bulb. And once the monarch has settled in, it will become smaller, and it will actually get really small. And there will be a little golden line on the top. It's really kind of interesting. It's kind of like a dotted line, and it's just basically
I think it's for
like
getting oxygen. You read different things about it, but for oxygen to get into the chrysalis is one reason they say for it. So you'll notice the gold around.
for some reason it's red
That
and
is
black.
red. Somebody painted it.
But yeah, wrong paint.
I'm reading the fun facts, right? Okay,
Yes,
fun
you
fact.
are.
After
Of
eating
course
for
you
about 2 weeks, the caterpillar will climb to the top of the enclosure and attach itself to the roof, just as Avery just said. And it'll hang there for about 18 to 24 hours before going into a chrysalis. And honestly, it takes it not very long to do that couple of minutes? Yeah,
Well, it's pretty hard to find. Like, it's pretty hard to see.
yes,
Like,
yeah.
you'll probably be
You
sitting
either
there.
catch it or you don't.
Yeah, like you'll probably get up to go to the bathroom and then it's
Yeah.
done.
Also, too, when it goes, when the caterpillar's up top, it makes a little web, and then it hangs down from that.
And the web's actually really sticky and it's really kind of cool. Once your monarch has hatched, its wings dried, you can actually kind of pull the chrysalis off the roof of the enclosure and you'll find this little web and it was just stuck to the top of the enclosure and it's really cool. And you're kind of like, how did this stick? This doesn't feel sticky on my fingers. And it's just a really cool little thing. And we have another little gallery of cool pictures here. No, not yet.
There's one that comes with that.
That's a pretty picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
when you're releasing it, I think if you wear
if you wear
something
like
colorful,
pink or red normally, it'll maybe stay on you, fly over to you.
so yes, the chrysalis happens quickly. You could sit and wait, and then when you get up to go to the bathroom, obviously that's happened to us. You missed
Use
it.
it. Luckily, I have a few videos here of the monarch going into the chrysalis, and it's really cool. It's kind of similar to putting on a girdle.
I don't know. Was that the video back there, Chris? Back one? No.
No.
The other way.
Yeah, this. This is the video.
There it goes.
Yes, there we go.
It's like putting on a girdle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's really cool. You can kind of see the monarch's skin. There's a bit at the top, and then you can see near the top where it's not completely green. You can kind of see the monarch butterfly caterpillar's colors before it puts the chrysalis on. The colors are yellow. It's right here. Yellow, black, and white. And it's a really cool kind of pattern, as you can see here.
So the gold spots on the monarch butterfly chrysalises are due to their milkweed diet. And so monarch butterflies have 12 eyes, 6 on each side, but they're still quite blind, so they use their antenna to help find things. Butterflies need flowers, and they taste with their feet to suck out the nectar.
And another gallery.
We have many pictures of children with butterflies.
Lots.
It's great for children.
Okay, so here we have a few stages of monarch butterflies. Chrysalis, drying wings. So there's a really black chrysalis you can see there. It's all like black. It's kind of see-through. You can kind of see the monarch's wings. And we also have a monarch butterfly that's just on the roof. And you may be wondering why it's doing that. It's doing that because it is drying its wings because it's all wet from inside the chrysalis. And so their wings have to dry before they can actually fly because they're so heavy that it just needs to drip. Now, here we have a video of a monarch coming out of the chrysalis. It's kind of satisfying when it comes out. Oh, there it goes. And as you can see, the wings are all crumpled up, and it's not really, you wouldn't be able to fly like that. So it's just gonna stay there, and until the wings get dry enough, as you can see, it can't really fly. And it's just hanging onto its chrysalis, and at some point it might go and hang on to the roof of the enclosure here. But right now it looks like it likes its chrysalis still.
Once again, that happens quickly. So there's 2 times when you can't go to the bathroom. One is when it's in the J and it's getting ready to go in the chrysalis. You have to hang around to see that happen. And the other time
is when you see a tiny little crack or it's really see-through, and it starts squirming.
when it looks like that. You don't want to go anywhere. It's very ready.
Nowhere. Don't go anywhere when you see that. When you see that, you don't want to go anywhere. Nowhere. Nowhere at all.
Right on.
Except for right in front of the enclosure. Right in front of it. Try and pull your phone out too.
So the butterfly will pop out of the chrysalis case, and then it'll hang on it for a while to let its wings expand and dry. Fluid in the abdomen is pumped into the wings to expand them.
And here's another monarch drying its wings, a monarch on a flower, another monarch drying its wings, another monarch on a flower, although I think that was the same picture, another monarch on a little plant, another monarch on a plant, and yeah, that's a tiny, tiny me with a monarch, yeah. And that's a tiny, my sister, with a monarch. Okay, can anybody here spot the difference between these two monarch butterflies? Not the background, the two monarch butterflies. Not you, you're my sister, you know this. Okay, anybody?
Anybody know? I'll let Mia tell them then. Shall I let Mia tell them?
Okay.
Do you want to tell them, Mia?
The dots on the monarch butterflies.
Yeah, so you see the one with the pink flower over there? You see the bottom wings? Two of them, the lines are pretty thick. They're a bit thicker than the other one. And there's no little dots like there are on the other one. So this is the difference between a male and female butterfly. So the male has the two dots and the lines on their wings are slightly thinner. The female has no dots, but the lines are a tiny bit thicker, and that's how you can tell the difference between the male and female butterfly.
And what can you do to help? You can plant milkweed. Plant late blooming plants to provide sugar for the migrating butterflies, like black-eyed Susans, coneflowers,
And
asters.
asters.
Asters, right. Do you want to see if there's
Any questions? Right there. Okay, so you can add that to your
Do you
list.
hear that? Zinnias. Zinnias are another good flower. And
The
pardon?
average,
Asters to zinnias, A to Z, right? I got it.
the average butterfly flaps its wings around 20 times per second, but the monarch butterfly, on the other hand, flaps its wings around 12 times a second. Does anybody know why? Well, the wings are bigger. The wings are bigger, so it provides more, like, it can flap once and it'll go higher into the air than most butterflies, so it doesn't have to flap its wings as many times per second. And here is a lot of monarch butterflies in Mexico after they've migrated.
This is why
Now-
she's the team leader.
So, actually, when the monarchs migrate, say one group of monarchs, they migrate, and they get to Mexico, and they roost in a tree. Now, the next generation of monarchs will actually roost in the same tree. Fun fact now.
Oh, do you want me to read that? Oh, I'm supposed to read it. Oh, sorry, Chris. I was slow. I was supposed to read that one. But that's okay. Oh, we're back. Each fall, monarchs set out on a 4,000 to 5,000 kilometer journey from southern Canada to their wintering sites in the mountain forest of Mexico. This insect is the world's longest migrating insect. That's a long way when you think about it. Well, how long? You remember? I asked you that.
275,000 miles,
And how many times around the earth?
11.
That would be like us walking 11 times around the earth. That's a long way.
Now it's your turn to boogie, just like the monarch.
Okay, stand up.
Everybody, stand up, boogie.
Everybody
Get
up.
boogieing.
Everybody up. Come on, you can do it. Pretend, just pretend. Get all the wiggles out.
Wiggling.
Oh,
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
and then you can ask if there are any more questions.
And then there's the other things too. There's the like, make sure to do this.
Oh, yes, yeah, we got all that too.
Okay.
Okay,
You can sit
well
back down
done.
now.
That was well done. Next slide.
Are there any questions?
Yes.
You're right there.
When is the best time of year to find monarch butterfly eggs?
Probably around like
June,
May, June.
May, June. Yeah, they're starting to come up now from Mexico, but our butterfly lady up at our cottages, she said that she figures it by the end of May. It really depends, you know, on they're coming back. End of May, June. But to get the caterpillar, I'm looking at probably late June or July before I get the egg to larva.
Any other questions before I tell you how you can care for a monarch?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, none. Okay, so you're gonna make sure that you do not touch the eggs or larvae, because as I told you, the oil from your hand can kill the monarchs. Is that a question?
You just want me to walk.
Avery, you've done an awesome job, I have to say. My question is, if it's really nice outside, can we keep the enclosure outside, or does it have to stay inside on the same spot?
That's a good question.
Thank
you. So when the monarch butterfly is growing, it's actually pretty good for it to go to, if you put it outside and let it get fresh air. It's probably best if you bring it in for the night in case any animals try to get to it, because as you can see, it's just some screen and they could probably break it. Do you have a question? Sorry, can you say it with the microphone?
Can you take the monarch butterfly out?
So it's probably best if you don't take it out of the enclosure, but you can take the enclosure outside so that the monarch butterfly can get some fresh air, just like, you know how we all have to get some fresh air? Well, the monarch butterfly wants some fresh air too, right?
We find we've left ours outside at night. Once, part of it, you don't want the poop in the house.
Yeah, but
So we do leave it outside if the weather's not really
if the
bad.
weather's not really
like
bad
if it was
and like
raining hard like it was yesterday and blowing, I probably would have brought it in so it wouldn't blow away.
For the night, I'd say you probably like if you want to leave it out for the night, you'd probably want to put it somewhere nice and protected outside, so that no animals can get to it.
But once you have a monarch butterfly and it's dried its wings and it's ready to fly, yes, you can reach into the enclosure and put it on your finger and bring it out.
You have a question there?
Okay? Does that make
Question?
sense? Oh, another one?
How long do monarch butterflies sleep?
That's a pretty good question. I don't think I know because
They take off and we've never seen one sleep actually.
yeah, because mostly here's basically what the caterpillar does: eats a lot, poops a lot, sleeps. Well, probably sleeps while it's in the chrysalis. Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
How long do they live?
they probably live for about 2 to 6 weeks, and then will they migrate? So say they live 2 to 6 weeks. They start migrating, then they go down to a flower, lay their eggs, and then unfortunately they have to die. But their eggs hatch, and the cycle restarts, and the monarch butterflies that hatch and start living there, well, they continue the migration until they get to Mexico. So it's kind of like the life cycle is going around while they migrate.
There's about 4 generations of it. It's the last ones in September that will go to Mexico.
Go back 2 slides.
But
Go
they,
back, go
so
back
they
2
don't develop. They are just junior ones, I guess you would say. And so they go to Mexico, and
said
there
go back
they
2
will lay the
slides.
eggs down there. So they're the last ones to go in September. The other ones will die
I
off
said go back 3
Within-
slides now.
within, well, like she said, 2 to 3 weeks. They will die off.
Okay, so right now we have a few things that we can do to care for the monarch butterflies. Go back us 2 slides. Poop, poop, and more poop. Brush your poop away. Well, as I told you, the monarchs do poo a lot, so you're gonna have to brush away that poop with the little brush. Once the monarchs have hatched, let it dry its wings for 2 to 3 hours. I don't remember telling you the time, so after 2 to 3 hours, you can check if it won't fly. If it's not flying away, I recommend putting it back in the enclosure and letting it dry its wings. Sometimes it'll just start going all around. Go back a slide. I said go back a slide.
Oh, wait. There you go. All right.
Okay, finally.
Okay.
Now just stay on that slide until I say to move the slide.
Okay. Well, I think this is the end of our program. Thank you so much for.
Wait. You have to wear pink or red. The monarch may land on you. And remember, have a camera ready.
That's right.
Go forward to slide.
So before we close, I think, again, thank you so much for coming today and listening to our journey. We are going to be selling the enclosures at the back. Joyce has made some stained glass butterflies for the garden. We only have 3 today, but she is taking a list of, I think 10 you said that. Yeah, so if you just go to the back on your way out and you can look if you'd like to purchase one. Come and pick up your milkweed seeds. Oh, and instructions too. If anybody wants to know what we've talked about today, the instructions are all here. Help yourself to some more food and take your time.
No, keep the poop cleanup happening.
Hold on, sorry, 1 second.
This is Marion.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi.
Just want to add one little thing.
Yep.
Okay?
Yes. Just talk.
Okay. This is
Just talk into it. Oh, no. I've raised, for several years, I've raised butterflies, and just one word to the wise, they eat a lot of milkweed. So if you start sort of going into the countryside trying to find extra milkweed, be sure that it isn't near a farmer's field that has been sprayed with insecticide, because that will harm your caterpillars. So they recommend at least 6 feet away from any field that might have been sprayed. Okay, just
And everybody, remember, keep the poop cleanup happening.
To the people that have, they did purchase the enclosures, it is my goal this year is to make sure each one of you gets at least 2 caterpillars. So I've got everybody's email, and when I know that they're here, I will email you, and if you haven't had a caterpillar, you'll let me know, and I'll bring them down from the cottage, or whoever. We have a club now at Trinity, so we have a few people that are growing it. What's that? Oh, we have access also to a friend in Beamsville who has a farm that we can go on a caterpillar hunt. So we'll keep in touch. Thank you very much.
Enjoy your enclosures and watching the life cycle of a monarch.
Is anyone missing a purse?
Yeah, you can take some seeds, and then here's some instructions if you want.